Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to day 24 of the best of 30 days of sketches. Today's sketch was designed by Anka Kramer for Hip Kit Club. And I remember exactly what I did on this one last time. I followed it pretty closely with the mixed media, but on this one I wanted to do something a bit different. So instead of doing mixed media where those black stripes are, I am going to use some lace. And I don't use lace very often. I actually don't use ribbon very often at all. So I thought this would be something different. And I really liked the softness of this paper. This is from the Heidi Swapp's Sun Chaser collection. And I thought it was perfect for this photo. It's a group photo at one of the retreats that I go to that one of my friends hosts. And the picture is perfect for this paper because there's a lot of blues, there's some purplish colors in there, and I don't know, it looked really good with this, and so I thought I would go ahead and use it. So I pulled a bunch of different papers out of my scrap bin, and I am using them to layer up some photo mats behind the photo, and I am using, I'm going all the way around the photo with these photo mats. Sometimes I don't do that because I'll use much smaller pieces, and so you get a lot of little layers, but this one I am making full photo mats for each layer. And so I thought that was kind of fun, and it just brings in more of those colors. I tried to choose contrasting colors for the layers, so I didn't want the two pinks next to each other, or the kind of mustardy yellow one kind of got lost behind the purple. So even though they're not the same color, they kind of blended too much. So I just tried to layer them up with contrasting colors, basically. I didn't have a lot of this kind of lace, so I cut it into three equal lengths, which was not really smart on my thinking. I thought I was just going to make 3 strips across there and be done, but because the lace is kind of narrow, I actually wanted a 4th strip because it looked kind of funny just with the 3. They were spread out too far if I wanted them showing on either side of the photo. So because they were narrow, basically, it left a huge gap in between them if I spread them out so that you could see them above and below the photo like is in the sketch. So I ended up needing a longer piece to have below the photo. And so I kind of just, I don't know, I kind of just worked with it and, had to cut some of them apart, and it worked out fine because you can't tell. I used my ATG to go ahead and stick them down, but I am going to do some hand stitching to hold them. If my sewing machine was fixed, I would have probably just used my sewing machine, but because it's not fixed, I hand stitched, and I actually really like the way that it turned out because I have had this metallic thread in my collection of floss for embroidery, and it's really a big pain in the butt to use because it comes, like, the 6 strands come apart all the time. They don't stay together. So I split it into 3 strands and hand stitched with it, and when you see the colors in the close-ups, you'll see how pretty it is. Unfortunately, it's really hard to kind of see on screen, but there it is. It kind of, like, I don't know, it kind of looks like it's a weird color, but it really is pretty because it's got the pink, it's got some of the yellow and the green and the turquoise in it, and it worked out really well, even though it's kind of a pain to use. I don't think I don't do embroidery anyway, but if I wasn't somebody who did embroidery, I would never use this to embroider with because, as you can see, the strands just come right apart. They don't stick at all. The other suggestion, if you're going to do something like this, I would highly recommend using a liquid glue to adhere your lace, or something other than the ATG, because it it left a lot of sticky residue on my needle, which made it really hard to kind of pull it through the paper. So I had to clean it off a couple of times. It also left a sticky residue on my piercing tool. I just used some alcohol to clean that off. I don't make you sit through the entire process of watching me stitch this. I just left a little bit of it in so you can see. I'm just doing a regular back stitch on it, and I don't do, obviously my lace does not go beneath my photos or anything like that, so I didn't have to do anything there. It's just mainly to hold it on there and to add some additional interest. So there it is, all with the stitching on it. And then there is the shaker pocket that I made a couple days back that I am going to go ahead and use on this layout. Now I had fully intended to leave the back transparent or translucent there, but because it's going over the corner of the photos and the lace doesn't go all the way behind it like it should, I decided to go ahead and add a little bit of white paper so that you don't see those transitions. And I'm just gluing them down, gluing the white paper on with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. So I'm kind of having to play around with it because there was a little bit of a gap where there's a straight line at the bottom, and I need to kind of fill that gap. Otherwise you do see that right through as well. But once I get it filled, you can't see it at all. So I'm happy with the way that's coming out. And now that I have all these layers underneath my photos, I do need a little bit of foam underneath the side of my shaker pocket that is not supported by the matting and the photo. And then I'm going to add my title. My title is going to be Scrap Away Ben Lomond, and that is the location that we were at. I don't have any E's left in this font, so I do have to do a little surgery to create an E. I also have to do a little surgery to create an O because I only have Q's. I don't have any O's. And so it does work out just fine, and I really like the way that it looks. I also don't have enough A's to do Scrap Away, so I'm going to mix the white and the soft blue color ones for that word, and it's going above the photo, so it's okay. It doesn't bother me that they Ben Lomond is all in one color and the other one is a mixed color. I think it looks fine either way. So once I get those all situated, or while I get those situated, don't forget that there are a bunch of people playing along with 30 days, and the link to the playlist is down below, as well as the link to the Facebook group for 30 days, where you can get all kinds of inspiration, or you can follow along, or you can play along with any of the past series as well. Well, you can't play along because they're already done, but you can go and use sketches from the past series and get all kinds of inspiration from those as well. There is also a link to my own Facebook group, so you can go and check that out if you are interested in that. We don't have a ton going on over there right now, but I do have some plans for it coming up in the near future, so I would love to have you join me over there if that is of interest to you. So I have the sticker book from Heidi Swap's Sun Chaser collection, which is where the paper is from, and so I'm just using some of the labels from it to create a little bit of a journaling area above the photo here. I'm not going to do any of the journaling on camera, so you're not going to get to see that, but I am going to basically talk about this retreat and the location and the friends that are involved in it. Several of these ladies I have scrapbooked with for many, many years, and we have retreated together many, 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 many times, and they are just a joy to be around, and I really enjoy their company, and we have a lot of fun together. So I am going to add this heart sticker above this little all of these little tags that I've tucked in, and in order to take the place of the snowflakes that are on the sketch, I am going to add some sequins. So it's just going to be a scattering of sequins going up and down the page. I tried to add some more hearts going down up and down the page, but they just weren't working out because they were the wrong sizes or they were not clear. The two that I have on here are clear, and so I didn't want to intermix the two. I am using the same sequin mix from Spiegel Mom Scraps. It's called Scrap and Happy, and it's the same sequins that are inside of that shaker pocket. So it's kind of like just bringing everything together and finishing off the layout to match that shaker pocket. So I'm really happy with the way that this one came out. The close-ups are coming up in just a few moments as soon as I finish the adding these sequins. If you're curious about the tool that I'm using, it is called a crystal katana, and it has a waxy end that picks up the sequins, and it does a great job. So it's very handy, and I really think it was worth the investment. I did purchase mine at Hobby Lobby with a 40% off coupon way back when they had those. They also offer a less expensive one. It doesn't come in a case, but it does have a wax tip, and that would work just as well. So there is my completed layout. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for spending time with me today. I know there's a ton of options out there, you guys. I really appreciate the time that you take to watch my videos, and I hope that I have provided you a little inspiration today. Thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.